of people are, talking, and a lot of people are, using this day to commemorate, Dr. Martin Luther King 50 years later. I read an article about, that was on CNN, and it was, and the article was, "Who is Martin Luther King to you 50 years later?" And that really made me kind of sit back and just ask myself, wow, who is Martin Luther King to me 50 years later? Does he mean the same to this generation as he did to my grandmother's generation? Does he mean just as much to me as he did to my grandmother and my grandfather? Is the dream still as strong as it was in 1968? Do those things resonate? And are we getting through to millennials about the importance of keeping the dream alive? Now, I know we've talked a lot about, you got to teach kids in a different way, especially, my man Steve always talks about there's no agenda and so forth and so on. And I was curious, so I was reading an article, Carol Swain, said this, and I just kind of wanted to read this real quick because I was very curious about it. She said, racial oppression is changing. We need a new appreciation for King, which I agree with. Martin Luther King was the imperfect prophet who was called upon our better angels. Using religion and philosophy, King appealed to American values and principles. While seeking to connect with like-minded people, he was the right man at the right time in history to change hearts and minds across the world. Unfortunately, Generation Z and some millennials don't appear to be much interested in learning about King, his tactics, or his legacy. She said, in my conversations with Black students, it sometimes seems as if King's contributions are seen as something to be endured during Black History Month without practical relevance for today. And I wonder about that. Because the same things that King was talking about in 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68 still needs to apply right now. It's still important and still pretty kind of relevant to the things that are going on today. And we need those things. And the unfortunate part about it is that we need it seems as if we need a leader to be able to move these things forward when the leader is in ourselves, right? The thing that we are still challenged with, other than oppression and other than, equality and so forth, is economic empowerment. It's economic empowerment. Those things are important. And I'm going to play a little bit of it. His last speech was about economic justice. And when he said, the importance of economic justice is about withdrawal. It is about if somebody is not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, in order to be able to really make a difference or to really make a stand, it's about economic protest. It's about saying, look, I'm going to take my money where I believe my money is deserved. And so to my man Steve's point, calls me all the time. It gives me all of us, the real talk of there is no agenda. My friends, the agenda, in my opinion, is economic withdrawal. So I'm going to play this real quick. We're trying to get this call before I go to a break. I want to play this because this is, in my opinion, what we all are looking for, and what we all deserve, and how we all should be able to unify. And that is economic justice. This is Martin Luther King on April 3rd, 1968, one day before he was assassinated.
It's all right to talk about streets flowing with milk and honey, but God has commanded us to be concerned about the slums down here and his children who can't eat 3 square meals a day. It's all right to talk about the New Jerusalem, but one day God's preacher must talk about the new New York, the new Atlanta, the new Philadelphia, the new Los Angeles, the new Memphis, Tennessee. This is what we have to do. Now, the other thing we'll have to do is this. Always anchor our external direct action with the power of economic withdrawal. Now, we are poor people. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Never stop. Forget that collectively, that means all of us together, collectively we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. Did you ever think about that? After you leave the United States, Soviet Russia, Great Britain, West Germany, France, I can name others, the American Negro collectively is richer than most nations of the world. We have an annual income of more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. Did you know that? That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We don't have to argue with anybody. We don't have to curse and go around acting bad with our words. We don't need any bricks and bottles. We don't need any Molotov cocktails. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country and say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. And we come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Now this is the last speech of King. Let me get to these calls. Deanna, real quick, line one.
Hi, Spud. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. When we look at whether or not Martin Luther King Jr. means the same thing to newer generations than he did to older ones, I think the answer is unequivocally no, he does not. And I think that has to do primarily with the fact that there were so many gains made as a result of Martin Luther King Jr.'s efforts.
Right.
Those gains allowed future generations to provide more economically to each subsequent generation. And I think we became comfortable with our economic place in society. And I think we took our eyes somewhat off the prize in terms of where we were going as a collective. And I think if we look at the fact that we're looking at whether or not these younger generations would have an adequate, in my estimation, response or reaction to affronts to our community, I think we only look to, or only have to look to, I believe it was Nancy Reagan who said women are like tea bags, or was it Eleanor Roosevelt? It was Eleanor Roosevelt or Nancy Reagan. I can't remember which one right now, but women are their best when they're used like tea bags. You put us in hot water and we really start to boil. So when the young people down in Florida were dismissed, the African-American young people were dismissed from marching for their lives, they stood up and said, wait a minute, we're students at this school as well, and we have a rightful place in history.
Right.
And our voice needs to be heard. So I think that's an example of where our children are when they need to be someplace. They have enough that we've given them for them to be able to pull back on things when they need to pull back on them.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you, just Miss Deanna. Always a pleasure. James, real quick, I got like 30 seconds.
Well, dang, man, I got a lot of things I wanted to say. You want me to come back and we hold after the break?
No, go real quick. As much as you can, real quick.
As much as I can. Well, all I want to say is his prophecy was pretty much came to naught with a waste of time because he wanted to simulate with the people who didn't want to simulate with us. I give the man props for his notions and his efforts and everything he accomplished. But civil rights benefited the white one. Our civil rights come up every 20 years or something of that fact. The dark voting rights and our little civil rights, they come up in 2026 and 2032. That's no citizen. That's a sentence. We still don't belong in that nation. Until we start to realize that, like Christ said, that we should be saved from the hands of our enemies, all that hate us. To unify economically is following the facts. Sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. If you do not buy or sell like God commanded us to do, that's an economic boycott in and of itself because we're not doing anything.
Very much so. I got to leave it there, though. I got to leave it right there, James. We got to do this again, man. We got to do this again. Stay right there. We're coming right back. It's 9:10 a.m. Superstation.